Hello everyone. I hope you are all having a very good day. This is Muhammad Nabilur Rahman from California Intercontinental University, and today we are going to submit our third unit assignment, which is a presentation and which we will be submitted to Dr. Ebenezer Robinson. So without any delay, moving on to our topic, which is Porter's four competitive strategies model. Okay, first of all, let's move towards the agenda. We are going to discuss the introduction of Porter's model, then we will look towards the model, explanation will come next, and then we will look towards the sector and companies that we have to discuss in this section, and later on we will discuss the examples and conclusion comes in the end. So, introduction. Michael Porter basically he wrote a book in 1985 where he argues that the businesses must focus on the areas of capability where they have a distinct advantage relative to their competitors in the target market. Everyone is running a business, everyone is in the market, so they have to gain somewhere how advantage over the others. So he has given the model where he said that the companies need to concentrate on the type of competitive advantages to achieve the distinct position in the market. Everyone cannot be successful in the market. They have to follow the strategies, they have to follow the policies. There should be a mission, there should be a goal and the target that has to be accomplished later on. So this is the basically small introduction which we are going to discuss later on. Okay, here is opponents for competitive strategies model where he has given the 4 points: cost leadership, differentiation, cost focus, and differentiation focus. Here he has discussed the points that companies should need to know where they are standing and how they can achieve the competitive advantage from the other companies. So we are going to discuss each and every element from one by one. First of all, it comes to the cost leadership. Uh, Cost leadership is a strategy. The objective is to become the lowest cost producer in the market. The traditional method to achieve this objective is to produce on a large scale with enables the business to exploit economics of scale. If a firm can achieve and sustain overall cost leadership, then it will be an above average performer in the industry. Here, profits are always high, but the cost is low. It is a cost leadership. Pardon me, actually, I'm having a cold. So, next, moving towards is differentiation leadership. With the differentiation leadership, the business target much larger market, and the aim is to achieve competitive advantage through differentiation across the whole of an industry. Here, every company wants to introduce something new in their product or something which they need to cover in the market. And they find that there is a market gap, so they add that particular thing to achieve the advantage of their competitors. The strategy involves selecting one or more criteria used by buyers in a market and then positioning the business uniquely to meet those criteria. The strategy is usually associated with charging a premium prices of the product. It has a superior product quality with a strong branding in the market. We know there are a lot of companies who have achieved the competitive advantage not for 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, but for the last 5 to 6 decades, just because of they have a strong branding in the market. Moving on to the next point, which is the cost focus. Here, business seeks a lower cost advantage in just one or a small number of market segments. This is not a big market here. We are talking about the small number of market. The product will be basic, perhaps a similar product to the higher priced and featured market leader, but acceptable to the sufficient customers. In cost focus, a firm seeks cost advantage in its target segment. Usually, the copies are being made in this segment, as we can say that there is a unique company who is making a product, and the other competitors come in and they what they do, they make the same kind of a product but with a low cost for the beneficial of the customers. Differentiation focus, which is the last point of our here. In this differentiation focus strategy, a business aims to differentiate within just one or a small number of target market. The special customer needs of the segment means that there are the opportunities to provide the products that are clearly different from competitors that can help to target the market, because now what we are going here is we are making a product which is different from the other product which is very well known in the market, but we are introducing some new features in the product, in our product, that helps to gain more attention of the customers, and can we cannot say that our product will destroy the others competitors product, but it will definitely help in grooming our profit. So comes to the sector and companies. What I have done here is I have selected the sector of mobile phones, and the companies which I am selecting here is Q Mobile, Apple phones, Oppo phones, and the Samsung phones. So first of all, we are looking towards the cost leadership. We have discussed in the cost leadership there is a low cost, but the industry is very wide. It's not a narrow, it's a broad industry. So I have taken an example of Q Mobile, as Q Mobile has a very low cost, and it has captured the very high attention of the people, and the people comes in and buy that particular mobile phone. Now moving on the differentiation leadership, I have selected Apple phone. The reason of selecting Apple phone is here because we know that the product and services that is being given by that particular product is unique. Its services are very good, and the market is again very big. So the Apple is providing such services to their customers that they become so loyal to that product. They always want to be part to buy that particular product. So Apple has gained the high attention of the people, superior people, you can say. Now moving on the cost focus. Cost focus come in the narrow market with the low cost, but provides almost the same services like what consumer needs. So what Oppo has done here, Oppo has almost copied the Apple's phone, and they have provided the same system in Android phones. But there is a narrow market. We can usually what people used to do, they go for Apple phone in a big market. But if we are seeing the low market, the people also buy the Oppo cell phone. Moving on to the fourth point, which is differentiation focus. Here, what is that the market is narrow, but the product quality is unique. That people wants to buy that particular phone because of their uniqueness. Because there is something in Samsung phones that Apple phones cannot provide to their customers, like the data is being shared via Bluetooth. Apple phones are only compatible with Apple computers, Apple laptops, Apple other products, but Samsung phones can be compatible with the other cell phones as well. So here people will obviously think that either to buy Apple phone or Samsung phones, because Samsung phones can provide the better services. So this is an example of sector, and this is an example of companies which I have discussed in the cost leadership, the differentiation, cost focus, and differentiation focus. So I have reached to the conclusion that yes, this is a very good method to find out the product quality and the market segmentation. We know that there are two dimensions along which the strategies can be defined: the source of the competitive advantage and the scope of advantages. We believe that a strategy of four dimensions suits the cell phone field very well. I'm talking about with the perspective of Pakistan. SWOT analysis is also a very good technique. We can use that technique also to understand the market. But what I found that here this technique is good because it has reached to the specific point of view, specific sector, not only a general perspective. SWOT analysis only move towards the general perspective. So this is my conclusion, and in the end, I have showed some references from where I have gained some data. So thank you very much for giving me a time to understand my presentation. I hope that you all will do very well, and best of luck for your case. Bye bye.